Veridia was once a symbol of peace and unity. However, economic crises, ethnic tensions, and political turmoil plunged the country into chaos. The spark of civil war ignited one night suddenly, turning the nation into a blazing inferno. The first clash. Everything began with a massive protest in the capital, Metropolis. Thousands of people gathered in the city square to protest against government corruption. When security forces tried to disperse the demonstrators with force, the peaceful protest turned violent. Stones and Molotov cocktails flew through the air as police responded with tear gas and rubber bullets. The streets echoed with the cries of the first casualties of the conflict. Division. The events in Metropolis quickly spread to other cities. The northern city of Kalidor declared independence, challenging the central government. Kalidor's ethnic minorities had risen against years of discrimination. The government sent troops to regain control of the region, but this move only intensified the resistance, chaos, and looting. In the first weeks of the Civil War, anarchy reigned between the cities. A neighborhood in Metropolis fell under the control of militia groups. These groups imposed their own rules, terrorizing the populace. Shops were looted, homes were set on fire, and innocent people were executed in the streets. People were forced to flee their homes in search of safety. Humanitarian crisis. Millions of people were caught in the midst of the war. Shortages of food, water, and medicine became rampant. International aid organizations struggled to deliver humanitarian aid, but creating safe corridors between warring factions was nearly impossible. People who sought refuge in camps had to cope with the loss of loved ones while battling hunger and disease. Secret meetings. In the second month of the war, secret peace negotiations began. The parties were brought together by a mediator in Europe. However, the hostility and distrust at the table were so deep that the negotiations often reached a stalemate. Both sides refused to compromise, prolonging the conflict. The final battle. In the third month of the war, a major battle took place in the center of Metropolis. Government forces and rebels fought to control a strategically important bridge. In this bloody clash that lasted for hours, thousands of soldiers and civilians lost their lives. The bridge eventually fell under government control, but the city was left in ruins. The first spark of peace. After this major battle, both sides were exhausted and their resources depleted. International pressure and the devastation of the Civil War forced the parties back to the negotiating table. After long and arduous talks, a ceasefire agreement was finally signed. Veridia began to heal its deep wounds from the Civil War. The reconstruction and peace process progressed step by step, thanks to the patience and resilience of the people. However, this dark period reminded the people of Veridia of the value of unity and peace once again.